Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 26 Tier 2 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Usually I'd be racing in Tier 2, but because Maffio wants to book his holidays in league racing time, I've had to do the commentary. With me in the commentary box, for the first time ever in STB, it is Sleek Mover. Sleek, welcome to Saudi. Yeah. Welcome. What can we expect from the Jeddah Grand Prix round 3 of the season?
Well, it's a pleasure to be in the com box with you, Mounty. Always a pleasure. And around this track, we'd like to see a lot of close battling, and there'll be a lot, and I mean a lot, of DRS training. That will be very, very important. We're going to see drivers using the strategy. The undercut is going to be very powerful around here, so don't be surprised if you see a few drivers come into the box really early to just get that advantage on the cars ahead. But we can also see a lot of collisions, considering that it's a street circuit, so we need to be on the watch out for that. But other than that, it's going to be an amazing race.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, yesterday was very interesting until you took someone out, so that's incredible stuff.
Booyaka.
Side effects only in P12 at the moment. Dardo's just got himself into the points, so not great for those guys.
Oh,
And
side
Kevin's
effects is invalid.
gone a bit quicker there. So there you go, and Tartar Sauce 27.7. Xavi, though, is up on his lap time, and he's going to have some slipstream off the Haas in front of him. So let's have a look at this. Down the back straight. Slate, what can we expect from strategy here? Is it going to be a one-stop, two-stop, or what can we expect?
It looks like it's going to be a very comfortable one-stop. It's all just going to depend on when those drivers want to pull into the box and take off those worn tires that they start on. As we see, Xavi set at 27.6, but Kevin is absolutely insane with a 27.2.
Yeah, Anton's
And
coming
actually,
through as well. 28
Anton
dead.
with the 28. It's looking good.
Thalo, 28.4. Only
P10,
P10.
right?
Yeah, not a great quality there from Thalo. But yes, Pistol, obviously, as he said, we've got... Did I just call you Pistol?
Yeah, let's call you off guard.
Sorry, it's because yesterday. Sleek,
Yeah, understood.
obviously, there you go. Yeah, Yavas Tugra actually puts it in P2 there, so that's a good effort from the Brit Turk. Puts him up into P2, but it is Kevin's on his in his first race in the league for Tier 2. He puts himself on pole. Second is Yavas, third is Xavi, fourth is Akaz, not from Brazil, unfortunately. That's a shame. Fifth is Tartasaur, sixth is Gonzalez, seventh is the Bird, eighth Anton, ninth Sabuka. 10th Thalo. Between second and ninth, the gap is about 4 tenths. So we are looking like it's going to be a close battle for the rest of the guys, and Kevin might just run away with this one. Sleek, do you reckon anyone will start on the softs?
I reckon a few drivers might start us off more as to midfield to the back to try and get that initial launch and just to have that overall pace the first few laps. Tier 1, we saw a few drivers run the softs. It did pay out dividends, but it all depends on how much how much the drivers are willing to battle before DRS gets activated. Actually,
Okay.
most of the drivers right now look to be on the mediums. A few softs. We got DJ Danny, hards for side effects, which is definitely a surprise. We've got a few soft runners in the top 5. We've got Alvacaz and Tartar Sauce on the soft so
Yeah.
far.
Akaz
But,
isn't actually Brazilian, he's Spanish. I don't know why he's running the Brazilian flag.
well, guess he
It's
wants to do what he
giving,
wants.
giving identity fraud, but
Vagabond.
the only person that's allowed to fake their nationality in STB is me. But obviously I am Brazilian. So, and what
Oh,
the fuck is that McLaren
someone's...
doing?
Is that?
Oh, that's a pen. That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Well,
Um,
looking at the tires, we've got to see
yeah.
that, as confirmed, P4, P5 on softs.
Yeah.
We've got DJ
Only
Daniel
2 on
softs
the
as well,
hards.
which is quite surprising to see. That majority on mediums, that's the standard choice, but hards, hopefully waiting for a safety car later on when it's time to box. That is what they're looking for in safety cars is going to be a very, very crucial factor around here. Didn't see as many in Tier 1, only 1, surprisingly. So maybe in Tier
Yeah.
2, we might see a bit more. We might see none. So, but I just wanted to focus on the 2 Astons, seeing as they're teammates and they're really close in position on the same set as tires as well. Wonder who's going to come in first, get the undercut, who's going to come in later. So I think it'll all depend on these first few laps and whether they're willing to work together here. So it's all about teamwork in this race.
Yes, the ERS management, the DRS, it's going to be a whole moment. Obviously, Sleek, this is one of the tracks that's been reprofiled for the new game. You can see some beautiful painting, especially in Sector 1. But that curb that I want to talk about still spits you off the track in Sector 1. Do you think we'll have any victims of that curb tonight? Because we did have a few last night. I think Jay Snowy was one of them.
Yeah, definitely. I think that curb will really play a huge factor, as it does also give out a warning as well. So that section, I don't think we'll see any moves unless people are very, very ambitious. But other than that, it's gonna be a very dangerous part of the track. And look at the possible race strategies. We've got 1 stops and a 2 stop if we need to. But most drivers looking at the pit window opening lap 11 or earlier, as I did yesterday. So it'll all just have to see on how the race goes so far and the dilemma.
Yeah, so we're here in Saudi Arabia. It's hot in the UK currently. I don't know what it's like in America, Sleek, but it is very hot in the UK. It's not as hot as Jeddah, though. Jeddah
Definitely
is
not.
a very warm country, well, city, rather. Not a country, bloody hell. Sleek, who's going to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix Round 3 of the season?
I want to say Kevin is going to win this race. Debut,
Okay,
I
then.
have a lot of hope in him, but here we go.
5 lights on the gantry for the drivers for round 3 of Tier 2 Season 26. Lights out and away they go. That's a great start there from Yavuz Tugger. We're going to get himself alongside. There's been some contact down into turn 1. There's a Red Bull span. There might have been a bit of lag there down into turn 1. There's some major contact, Sleek, between the 2 Haas drivers, but they've got themselves through. Sabuka's down to P9. Dolo's down to P12. But looking on, Akaz has had a great start. He's up to P4. 5th is Xavi coming through now in that Aston Martin. There's some contact down at the back. Sides up to P13 on those hard tyres. Watui has dropped down to 15th. And there's a massive spinner. That's Watui. I think he might have a bit of lag there, Sleep. What's going on at the front?
Up at the front, we have Kevin, who got an amazing second phase compared to Yavis, but it's looking all the same as we see here. But Xavi has got a really bad start. He's down to P5, and that is huge. And Mr. Gonzalez up by 3 positions off the start. That is amazing to see from the Kick Sauber driver, and that's an amazing first lap at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here.
Yeah, Tartar Sauce has also lost a few positions. Pistol's down in 16th now. He's having a few troubles down at the back. Sabuka's 9th. But you've got Darlow now trying to come through on Dilemma. Dilemma forces him wide to the wall there. It's a Barrichello-Schumacher moment of Hungary 2010. And Darlow's going to go on the inside. There's some more contact down at the back. That's Danny and Crazy Rocket. Danny keeps that position into 14th. Darlow's up to P11 outside of the points. What a shit driver. P11 for Darlow.
As you can see, fastest lap there from Kevin's, considering it was lap 1, but he's almost pulled out a second gap to Yavis, and he is absolutely pushing it with his ERS, going through Sector 1 here on board.
Sorry, Snake, to cut you off.
Wide.
Sorry, there's more action side by side. The Red Bull and the Haas. Bird and Sabuka going side by side through Sector 1. You said we weren't going to see many moves, but Bird's going to keep that position on the Haas, and he keeps in P8. Xavi's already picked up a penalty. It's only lap 2 of the race. Tugger's going to have DRS hopefully as well, so that's going to bring himself back into this one. If he can try and keep in that second window. But, yeah, Sabuka, not a good start there for the Haas.
Definitely not.
Yeah, not good there for the Haas. Bird's trying to come through as well. P8 for him. He needs to try and stay within that 1 second window. Every single driver at this current moment, Sleek, is in DRS of each other. It's an 18-car DRS strain. It's really giving, it's giving DRS. That's what it's giving.
It is giving DRS. Biggest loser out of this start so far was Watui, down 6 positions. And Sekuba has just got a 3-second time penalty. Went a little bit wide there, trying to follow the Bird. And he looks to be trying to make an overtake into the final corner. Tries to go around the outside. A little bit of a squeeze near the wall. but the bird looks to do it on the brakes. Tries a switchback, loses a bit of grip, and I don't know what he's going to go for it again as Yavis sets the fast lap tartar sauce with a 30.555. That's the fast lap of the Grand Prix so far.
Yeah, Sabuka can't get the move done on Bird. He's also got Joey now behind him as well. Then we got Tharlo in 11th, who was battling with Dilemma earlier that lap. So that's all kicking off. But it looks like if Tugwa can just keep in this DRS situation, he can still keep to Kevin. But it's all about being consistent in that first sector. He's got a lot more ERS to play with as well.
The person with the most ERS right now is Mr. Gonzalez, and he looks to be sitting comfortably with 100 ERS. He's doing a lot of ERS saving. He's actually almost dropped the Red Bull on softs, and actually the Red Bull's got a little bit of damage on his right end plate. It looks like to be completely gone, and I think that's why he's struggling as, Xavi munches the wall there. Surprising.
Yeah, Xavi's made a mistake. Anton now sleeps, so to kick off. Anton's now going to try and get this move done. You can see the bird's eye view camera shot. It's giving 4K. It's giving the Aston Martin keeps the position. Anton though is going to have that slipstream, but talking about slipstream, Yavis now is going to have that DRS down the back straight once again. You can see the harbour. I can't remember what sea it is, but we are near the sea. We're near the Corniche. We're at the Jeddah Corniche, so it's really just it's giving harbour and it's giving slipstream because the Williams is now going to come through and the Sauber is using all of his ERS as they come down now to turn number 1. Yavis is going to be on the inside, is going to defend this position, but they can't battle too much, Sleek, because Kevin can't get away. Gap's 4 tenths.
Sorry to interrupt you, but yellow flags, final corner with Tui and Silent Pistol. Looks to be a bit of damage. And Watui's dived in the box. Pistol stays out. Looks to be a little bit of a collision there. Wonder what happened, but if we go, the battle for Pete, Tharlo and Dilemma going side by side through the S section. Little bit of rubbing there, but Tharlo is able to get into P11 as Alcavaz gets a 3-second time penalty. And Danny spun it in the S section. That is huge. Looks to be caught out by the curb there. But it's all kicking off here, and actually Kevin's got a huge gap.
Yeah, Tugra and Gonzalez just battled through that first sector, so they've really just fought their races up there.
And
Tartar picks up a penalty. There's a lot of penalties already, Steve. I think there's going to be a theme this race. Talking of themes, Anton's trying to come through now with this overtake mode, side by side. We seen a major collision 4 seasons ago for the first ever Saudi race in Tier 3, but they've all got themselves through nice and cleanly. The Red Bull's on the curb there. That's going to unsettle him. And it's 1, 2, 3, 6 car little battle here. This is absolutely incredible stuff. And Sabuka's trying to go on the leg, 4 wide into the final corner. Big contact there between the 2 Red Bulls. That'll round the final corner there. The Alpine has spun out of the Grand Prix. He's out of the race. Anton's out of the race. 3 wide now down into turn number 1. It's going to be the Aston Martin on the inside. We have the slipstream on the Red Bull. This is, I don't know who it is. It's a Red Bull. I think it's Alcavaz on the inside. 3 wide into turn 1. And the Aston's been spun round. Corner cut in there for the other geezer. It's absolutely monumental scenes here in Jeddah. And it's Tartar Sauce. He's hit the wall again. Bit of lag. And there's been another spin. He's out.
Oh my goodness, Tartar Sauce has completely lost it. That was an amazing sequence. But the biggest loser there is Tartar, and he's on softs. That was something else. 4 wide, as the bird has got 10-second time penalty for, and I think an illegal overtake. So that is huge, but they're still going to continue to battle here as Joey makes a move on the bird to come up into P7. And it's all kicking off here as now the gap to the lead group is around.
The Red Bulls made a big mistake, and now it's going to be Sabuka in that DRS. Now here we go, running outside of the Red Bull. Here we go, it's DRS, it's overtake mode, and Sabuka takes 4th place in Saudi Arabia. And the Aston Martin, and there's been a spin, and Sabuka is out.
It is despair for both Haas drivers on lap 5. Both in the barrier with damage. It is not looking good for the Haas drivers as they both probably have to come into the pits. Just looks like he lost it there on the dirty part of the track, going off track, and that just caused him to spin. But they are still going at it. It is almost 3 wide here. Tharlo trying to make it, gonna go down the inside of the Red Bull and looks to have gained positions all the way up to P6, but they're still going side by side, but he gains the position.
don't know what's happened. Joey's P4 now. I don't know what's going on. Darlow's up to P6 in this race. The two Haas drivers are out of contention in this race, both in the pits. There's also damage for Akaz. Dilemma's now trying to come through, and he's been pushed into the wall there. Yeah, they need to start calming down some of these drivers in this midfield, because it's really not a good look for them to be hitting each other all the time. I'm not going to lie.
Definitely, it's going to be loads of
Dilemma
instance.
though. Oh my god, what a move.
Around the outside of the bird, and that was an amazing move from Dilemma. That's what we want to see, but the bird is going to come right back at him using all of his ERS. He's going to go around the outside. They're going to go side by side through here. That's not going to work, surely. And the bird backs out just a bit, but he's got a second opportunity here. Run down to the final corner. And now the bird's going to use everything in his power, all of his battery, and looks to have made the move stick on Dilemma. Dilemma's not going to fight it that much. And actually, the bird's going to go down his
teammate as well.
And that's a double overtake. What a move from the bird. Very ambitious, and it looks to pay it off. As Mr. Gonzalez and Turga have switched positions again. And Xavi and Joey have switched as well. So looks is starting to calm down, trying to see how they get into momentum as Dallo gets a 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt him during the race. Actually, there's a lot of penalties, to be fair. But now, hopefully, we got to see the fields kind of slow down. And I think the pit window might be opening in about 2 laps, Maldi. So what are your thoughts on that?
Riyadh is in a good position. He's kept it clean. He's the leading hard run out, which means he most likely will lead this race at some point if he can just keep it consistent and clean. Looks like the softs are going off for Akaz, and he's made a big mistake out of the hairpin.
Yeah, it's not looking good, as it's going bad for worse for Tartar as he retires in the pits. And that's the end of their race. Unfortunately, it's not a good day for Haas in Tier 2.
No, it's giving retirement, that's what it's giving. Right, Riyadh then, here we go, all the way from Bosnia. Our first ever Bosnian STB driver, and he's going to be in the slipstream overtake mode, DRS, in his Visa look. Looks a bit like my bank card, and he gets the move done. Look at that.
The battle for fourth place is heating up as Joey is going side by side with Xavi, and Dalo is actually going around the outside, and look at that. You would not expect that. And Joey they're going to go side by side into turn 1. Who's going to back out? And it looks to be Lalo. But this is not done. Xavi's also been overtaken by the bird, but he's going to make it side by side through section. Latest on the brakes. Oh, a little bit off track there, but they're still going side by side.
Still going side by side through this section.
Loads of respect, but the bird actually holds on to position. And Xavi gets caught on the curb, and he loses another position to Dilemma. It's all going bad for worse for Xavi here today.
It's going good for Talo at the moment. P5 for him, but the gap is very big between the top from 3rd to 4th. Gap is 7 seconds. So all this battling that's been taking place, it's been, well, really damaging for these guys' races. But Darlow is really on the charge here, Sleek. Might have had a poor quali, but P5 at the moment, kept it clean, and now he's going to try and get this move done on Joey for P4 here in Saudi Arabia.
Looks like these two, well, if I were them, I would work together. But the bird looks to be on a roll here, and he is not looking to stop as he is using all of his ERS. No, they're not going to make 3 wide here, are they? The bird through the middle, and now down the inside. What a double overtake. 2 laps in a row. Tap the wall.
He's lost the back end there. He's lost the back end on traction.
And he's going to get overtake. Oh, as the bird goes into the pits now. That is what I'm talking about, the undercut. That's very smart. But he's got 10 seconds. No, that is huge. That is very huge. And now Pistols retired from the session on track, unfortunately. And that's the Ferrari driver out of the race.
Right, well, Side's been able to get past Riyadh, so now he's the lead hard runner.
Looks like these two are going to have to work together as Dilemma and Joey both collect 3 seconds around the same area. That's the main battle we're gonna look out for. And Kevin's gap up ahead, getting a bit boring for him, but it's a 5-second gap to the cars behind, and he looks very comfortable and controlled. But moving back to the battle for P4, Joey looks to be struggling a bit on these mediums, and Dilemma is right behind. He's got enough ERS to make a move, but it's just a matter of when he wants to make that move.
Sorry, Sleek. Side has got DRS on Anton. There's going to be an easy move now. Anton's hit the wall. He's made a mistake. Side's going to have that slipstream DRS. Going to be a straightforward move, I think, for the Williams. And I think Anton might be pitting as well soon. Yeah,
down the inside.
Side's up, P7.
Now it has to be very crucial for Riyadh to make the move as quickly as possible. And I think the top P2 and P3 are going side by side. A little bit of a collision there as I see ghosting. But it looks to be all good between those two. And the gap now ahead is 6 seconds after that little squabble. So actually, Kevin has got 3 seconds. And Dilemma pushing Joey off track there. Looks to be a little bit of a push to pass. We'll have to see after the race what the stewards do about that. As Thalo has gone onto the pits looking for that undercut. He's going to come out just... Ooh, that's a bit of a squeeze between him and Xavi. As Riyadh gets a 3-second time penalty, and it's all kicking off here as we get to the pit stop area. And yellow flags as Sekiba has been there, and it's a safety car. That is huge. That is very huge. A safety car, and now that brings a lot of drivers. That just changes up the whole race now, as most of the runners are going to be pitting this lap, especially the medium runners. So we're going to see the leaders, just everyone come in. What I'm really worried about though is Riyadh and side effects, what they're going to do. Xavi and Thalo have to stay out, all the drivers that pitted a lap or two before. And now we just get to see a difference in strategy.
Right, Sleep, we've got to look out for the pit entrance line. If they cross over the line, obviously it's a penalty. Top three have done it correctly.
Definitely looks so. Dilemma, probably most likely to come to the pits. Done the pit lane correctly. Ooh, Joey a little bit on the line there. Same for Crazy Rocket.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
But now we have to see where... Oh my goodness, this pit stop has really ruined Dalo's undercut. And that the top three all on hards. Riyadh has stayed out. Actually, always come in to put on those mediums. Do you think that will go to the end, Maldi?
Well, I'll have a few laps under safety car, so I imagine so. He's going to be quite quick on this next stint as well. Needs to get ahead of Xavi, though. He needs to be... No, can't get that. Yep. Now that's crucial, because now he's behind Xavi.
Actually, wait, no, he's ahead of Xavi.
Has he got the move? Has he got it done? Okay,
no, he has to give it the position.
He tried it, but yeah, it was touch and go coming out the pit lane there. It was touch and go.
Definitely.
Obviously, the rule for overtaking on the safety car doesn't actually count towards coming out the pit lane. Yeah, it's a bit funny for that, but yeah, Xavi was ahead anyway, so that's all good. Side though has well, safety car has definitely helped Side and Riyadh. It's just about whether they actually can get to the end of the Grand Prix. If they can get to the end of the race, it's helped them incredibly. But if they can't get to the end, then it's fucked them up.
Well, now we have to see how those mediums are going to hold up. I think they're going to make it, but they're definitely going to be struggling towards the last few laps. So it all depends on how many positions they look to make, as Sekiba gets another 10 seconds for speeding the pit lane. And don't know if they're going to continue this race. He actually might get lapped here.
God, he's all the way there. Oh, God.
I don't think he'll catch up to the safety
Not a
car.
good race for Sabuka. and he's definitely up there to be a potential Tier 2 championship challenger as well. So, yeah, not good for Sabuka in his quest for an STB championship. But Kevin's is in P1, so he's doing a great job. I need to think about whether he's actually tier 2 or not, but
Well,
based off the time trials, he was. So we can only go by the time trials.
a little bit of overtaking under safety car side and Crazy Rocket. Looks like Crazy Rocket's actually overtaken side illegally and he has to get the position back, but really weird for him to overtake on the safety car, and that's not allowed in the rule book. So might see that in the Stools incidents
If
report.
he gave the position back, then it's all right.
All right. But
Only
lap
if they don't
12
give the position back.
out of 25, about half distance now. As you can see, we've got Kevin in P1 with the 3-second time penalty, I may add. So that needs to pull away as soon as safety car comes in. And Sugar and Mr. Gonzalez, P2 and 3 respectively, both have no penalties, have been very clean so far. Great battle between those two in the opening few laps. And Dilemma in P4, Joey in P5, he has gained 7 positions, Dilemma with 10. Then we have Xavi, who's lost 3, and hopefully is looking to try and get himself back up
What the fuck are you doing?
into the podium positions. And Riyadh, actually, biggest gainer, he's gained 11 positions, so I think he's trying to make it to the podium, and I think he has a really good chance to. And his teammate right behind him with side effects, Crazy Rocket up 7, Antoine the Bird, who taps the wall in the safety car, his teammate Wetui, DJ Danny, and Sabuka is actually around 30 seconds behind. Will he make it? I think the safety car's staying another lap then.
Watui's caught up and Danny's caught up, so it's just about whether Sabuka now can actually catch up. But he does have a 10-second time penalty.
19 seconds is a lot to try and move as the bird
Bird's in the
gets...
pit lane for some reason. He's coming off the hards.
I think he might just go mediums because I think mediums can make it to the end from here. But he's gonna have to do a lot of overtaking, that's the thing. Actually, he's serving his 10-second. I just realized. And he's going on another set of hards. That's very interesting. Surprised he did not go mediums.
Yeah, to be fair, lap 13 probably one of the better laps to pick for mediums. Are you with me, Sleek?
Yep, I am right here with you, Mounty.
Yeah, this was lagging on my screen. Usually when people are lagging, it means the net isn't the best.
But yep, we're still here.
Right then, yeah, we'll see. So Sabuka now is 10 seconds, so he probably will catch. However, he has got some sort of like a penalty hanging over him at the moment. 15th for him, and then Birds is going to join. Yeah, Birds should have really boxed for another set of mediums. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, he should have boxed.
But I think if he wanted to box, he should have gone mediums, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now he's actually behind Sabuka. So it's going to be very interesting to see how his race plays out, as he doesn't have any penalties, which is very crucial, seeing that most of the grid has penalties. And safety car is going to be in this lap. We have Kevin going to be controlling the pace. What's the limit he needs to stay on, Maldi?
No limit, just common sense in STB. There's no number, it's just common sense.
Alright, so hopefully Kevin's does have common sense here coming up to the safety car.
And obviously you can't go side by side, so we're going to have to watch out, but everyone's being good. But anyway, here we go then. Sleek, it is go once again in Saudi Arabia. Yavas is going to be in the slipstream. Dilemma's trying to get past his fellow countryman Gonzalez, but Yavas is trying to now. This is the opportunity for Yavas Tugra.
And Joey goes down the inside. What a move. And
no
Dilemma's in the barrier.
Yeah, there was contact seen out about. There was contact. I think the Xavi hit, went deep into the first two corners, hit Dilemma. And now Dilemma's down into P number 16. Side is coming through. He has got no warnings at the moment. And he is on the better tire. He's on the best tires as well.
And we've got Shabby that's actually binned it. Now he's last. That is huge. And Mr. Gonzalez earlier just got a 3-second time penalty, as there's already a 1.1 gap from P2 to P3. And Joey clearly wants to catch back up, but he's got Mr. Gonzalez right on his rear, and Xavi has put it in the wall. And he's not moving.
Sorry, but Yavas needs to get this move done. He needs to keep in the DRS. He needs to get this move done as quickly as he can. He needs to keep in the... Basically, he needs to get this move done. If he wants a chance of actually winning this race, he needs to get this move done. With the DRS next lap, he needs to keep in the 1 second window. Joe's going defensive now to Gonzalez as they come around the final two corners. It's a yellow flag.
I think Xavi's trying to create a safety car.
Yeah, just keep an eye on that for me.
Yeah, he's trying to create a safety car. He's doing donuts.
Stream now. If you just keep an eye on that, and I'll look at this at the front. Riyadh P5 now. Riyadh is looking in a good position. He's on the quicker tyres on those mediums. Are you actually spectating?
Yeah.
Xavi?
Yeah.
He's just done what I think he's done.
Yeah. Actually, no, that just came from Crazy Rocket, but he was doing donuts a bit, but yeah. It's not looking great, but
anyway,
likely.
Virtual safety car.
Calms down the field just a bit, gives drivers some time to take a little breather, save ERS as well, charge up their batteries. And if they need to, save a bit of fuel, but I think the safety car definitely helped many drivers.
I think we're back racing. That was a very short virtual.
And here we go. And crucially, Antoine has...
and Side's going to make it free wide nearly into the second sector. Here we go. DRS overtake mode. He's going to go on the inside.
Oh, that was very close. I don't know. What's your verdict on that, Maldi?
I don't know. I didn't see it enough. But Yavas has dropped now out of DRS. I think Yavas now just needs to really just think about maybe... You can't keep within the 3 seconds of Kevin, which is going to be pretty difficult now. How quick Kevin is. But yeah, just keep it in P2.
As we see
Side is coming back on the charge, and he's been hit by the Red Bull. Now he's going to be fuming. He's going to be fuming. He's been put in the wall.
That is unbelievable. I think that had some intent in it. That definitely had some intent in it.
I don't know what's gone on there.
I don't know whether he's lost the rear, but that looked to be a little bit intentional. We'll have to see.
Yeah, then he reset to track. Aka's reset to track.
So that's going to be a huge penalty, and that side effect is race effectively done with the damage as well. And look how far back he is. So, man, that is huge. But gap. Yellow flags again. Crazy Rocket has put in the barrier. Luckily, everything's clear. Green flags. And Kevin has a 2-second gap now. I really think he could pull this off and get the win, even on track.
Here we go. Riyadh is coming through on Joey for P4 in Saudi Arabia. We've got Riyadh from Bosnia. Yeah, Joey loses the back end. That's an easy move for Riyadh. P4 for him.
Oof. 30.3 from Kevin. So that is an insane lap. And Mr. Gonzalez makes the overtake on Tigre. And Tigre looks to be struggling a bit, locking the rears there into turn 1. And the Bird makes the move on Sekiba, who's on 10 lap old hards.
Sabuka's already P8. What?
Yeah, there was a lot of incidents. So he was able to pick off the pieces. And it's got him up into P10 and P8.
I don't know what's going on in the pit lane, but there was some I don't know what's going on in the pit lane there.
Looks to be Alcavaz just, I don't know, I don't think he just went straight to the back side. I'm not sure, but that's definitely got to be investigated.
Yeah, we'll have to speak after the race. I don't know what the fuck's going on back there.
But gap ahead of 2 seconds to Mr. Gonzalez from Kevin's, and actually Mr. Gonzalez has dropped the Williams almost out of DRS. Luckily he still has it, but Mr. Gonzalez is on a roll, side effects with 3-second time penalty. I'm just gonna have a little look at that, but you can take over, Malty.
Let's keep a look. Keep an eye on that.
Oh, will do.
There might be some stuff going on there.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
what the fuck is going on? What is going
insane.
on, man?
Yeah, he's got to be gone.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Straight line here. Yeah. He sent him. Attaboy, side effects 99. Big ups. What a move. Oh man, that's
right. Anyway,
that's...
moving on. Let's try and move everything. That.
Yeah.
Riyadh then is on for a podium. Sleep. Yeah, it just really pisses me off when things like that. Things like that happen.
Yeah.
Like it's just like fuck off, man.
Honestly. Riyadh has just been dropped out of DRS.
Yeah. But guys, people watching, Akaz will be removed from the league for immediate effect following that, so you ain't got to worry about that. It's just jarring when
I think he's left.
That happens.
I think he's left anyway.
Yeah, it's just jarring when things like that happen.
Definitely.
Okay, so Riyadh now has lost that DRS. He's actually lost some ERS as well. He's down to 5%. Yeah, so the race has definitely come down. My mic's doing up a madness.
So I'll take over from here, and Tugura is right on the back of Mr. Gonzalez, and actually, the gap from him to
and there's been a crash. That's Joey on the final corner. He's binned it with a traction, and he's out of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. He's going to come into the pit lane.
Riyadh gets another 3 seconds.
A penalty.
Wetui actually getting overtaken by DJ Danny, and DJ Danny with a comeback and a half. Definitely, considering he started P16, so that is great to see from him. But Tugura and Mr. Gonzalez are battling really hard, and that's not helping Tugura, as now his gap to Kevin's is 4.5, and Kevin's will probably win this on track if this keeps on going on. So they need to start working together here if Tugura really wants to get that win.
DRS for the Williams.
That affects in the pits. Oh, so I gotta drive through.
Yeah, I don't know. Take us through, Sleep.
And Wetui gets back on DJ Danny, and Sekipa gets past the bird, and Gonzalez and Tugura.
Tugura's back past Gonzalez now.
And now Tugura needs to put the hammer down, use his ERS, and get back within 3 seconds, and currently it's 3.8 right now. So he needs to put everything qualifying laps for the next 6 laps here, as Riyadh is now in the back of these two, and he could be in a little bit of contention, but he does have that 3 seconds and needs to be wary of his teammate Thalo, who actually needs to be wary of Sekipa and the birds. Sekipa gets a 3 second, but that was very dangerous as Riyadh bins it. Riyadh bins it on his own, and now he's lost the gap he needed, and now his teammate is right on his rear diffuser.
It was such a closely contested race, and
Riyadh lets his teammate go by.
Things have just happened, and now it's just like Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's good
All right, well,
sportsmanship
Gonzalez is back in the. Well, he's going to try and get back past Yavas. Like you said, Sleek, it would be good if they work together, these two. But Kevin is just in a world of his own. He's definitely got the
definitely.
pace.
Mr. Gonzalez is gonna get by on this main straight. He has ERS advantage, DRS as well. So I don't think Trigger's gonna fight this too hard. Yeah, he's not gonna fight it at all. Closest battle right now is the Birds and Sekiba. These two have had a little bit of coming together on the last lap
Riyad's
in
in
the
the
last
pits.
before. Riyad has boxed. He did have damage, and that is a shame, really. He was on for a really good
Potential
finish.
podium.
A podium
If not
was
top
on the
5.
cards. And it's just very unfortunate, but I think he'll come out just in P10, so at least he'll have a point, get those softs on, see what he can do. But the gap is coming down to Kevin, and ooh, I think it's going to be really tight. Sekiba gets
Kevin
another
got
3 seconds.
okay, so it's 3-second penalties. So Gonzalez has had an incredible lap this lap. He's really using that ERS to try and get himself within the 3 seconds. But if Yavas can keep in that DRS, Yavas could still get this one. But it's all about working together.
If they continue to switch over with the DRS, I really think that he could get this win. Just depends on how much they're willing to battle. And speaking of battle, we've got the Bird and Sekiba going side by side. It is insane. Yellow flags, I think that is Javi at the final corner. But the Bird and Sekiba fighting over P5. The Bird gets to move down with DRS. But then it's going to be Sekiba's turn to use the DRS going down the main straight. And as we go here, it's going to use everything. The Bird going to be weaving just a little bit, tried to break the toe. But I think he's got just enough of a gap to stay ahead going into sector 1.
Why Sabuka got 25 seconds of penalties?
Speeding the pit lane, majority of them.
Oh, okay. That's mental, though.
That is mental, to be fair. Well, if you just joined us, lap 22 out of 25 here. About 4 laps to go. Yellow flags, as I think that is Joey that has spun it. Xavi with another 3 seconds. But the huge battle right now is between Turgra, Mr. Gonzalez, and Kevin's. As Kevin has a 3 second along with Mr. Gonzalez, but Turgra does not. And Turgra is looking to get a victory here today in Tier 2, Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's on the cards here. There's still a lot to play for. And there's been many, many battles throughout this race, as the Bird and Sekiba are still going at it. As DRS opens for the Bird, going down to the end of Sector 2. The Bird's just going to stay behind, but he's got all the ERS to play with. And he is going to absolutely fly past Sekiba here, and he's going to have a lot more to play with, as the Haas driver doesn't even fight it at this point. But up in front, Kevins looks to have put the hammer down as Shura gets past Mr. Gonzalez. But Kevins looks to put the hammer down, and the gap is now 4.1 to P2. And I think he might just hold on to this victory by maybe even under a second. That's how tight it will be. But there's still a few battles that are going on hard throughout this race. Gap ahead 4.3. This is the tightest battle so far on track. Joey gets a 10 second for speeding in the pits. But right now the gap is 4.3, and it doesn't look to be coming down ever so slightly. Actually, the Bird might be on for a P4 finish as it stands. All depends on how Thalo does these final 3 laps. As Mr. Gonzalez stays behind Yavis. getting oh so close to his rear diffuser, and it's gonna get the rundown to the turn one. It's gonna use everything here, and it's gonna be an easy overtake. Or is it? And yes, it is. Now gap ahead is down to 3.9, around 4 seconds now.
Yeah, I don't think Yavuz has got this, but a good effort from Yavuz Tugra.
Definitely. Kevin's has just been on a different level today, putting it on pole by about 4 or 5 tenths. And just being able to control the race, even with a little bit of hiccups with the little safety car we had via C, he's just kept it all together. Been so many incidents this race. And these drivers that are able to finish in positions like this were able to just master conditions and just be very fortunate as well to not get caught up in those. But as we go on lap 24 out of 25, Evans has a 4.3 gap to P2 and a 4.8 gap to Yavis, and it looks to be all but said and done here in Saudi Arabia. And the bird
The moment there from Gonzalez. Not Dardo, sorry. Tugra's going to have the DRS once again down the back straight.
And he looks to have closed his DRS. Looks like he's trying to get the run down to the fine turn one, as there's a little bit of contact there, and that just about solidifies the results as Mr. Gonzalez takes that P2. And looks like the bird might actually get P4 off of Thalo.
Yeah, all Tugra needs to do now, Slee, because Watui now is going to have the DRS on Danny. All Tugra needs to do now is keep within 3 seconds of Gonzalez, and he's got P2 in this Grand Prix.
Definitely. And Watui tries to go around the outside. DJ Danny has none of it, but they're both just waiting for that DRS straight. DJ Danny's got about half of the ERS of Watui, so this is going to be very interesting. Trigger 1.1. Looks like Gonzalez is really pushing this lap, but I don't think he has enough in the tank to keep his P2. It'll be P2 on track, but looks to be P3 at the end of the day. But going to the man who's almost dominated this race from start to finish, he has led almost I think he's led every single lap. And the gap to P2 is just astonishing. 5 seconds in such a competitive grid. But as we go around the final corner, the Aston Martin garage is going to be absolutely elated, and Kevin's is going to be elated as well as he comes around the final corner to the line and wins STB Tier 2 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, followed by Mr. Gonzalez in P2, but he's going to drop down to P3 with his 3-second time penalty. And P4 we have Thal on track, but I think he's going to lose out to the bird and he does. The bird P4, Thalo P5, Sekiba with his 22 seconds, and that's Wetui just on the line, staying ahead of DJ Danny by 80 thousandths of a second. Sekiba might continue to drop, but yep, P9 now, and I think that's where it's probably going to stop. P10 is going to be readjust by 2 tenths. Anton P11, Joey P12. We have got Side Effects P13 and Crazy Rocket P14.
Yeah.
We've got Xavi.
Sorry, carry on.
And Xavi P14. Akbas was left the league P16. Silent 17th and Tartar Sauce P18, and that rounds up the grid.
Yeah, Joey, not a good effort for him. I don't know what's going on with some of the drivers tonight with their. I just don't know, to be honest, but. Yeah, they'll get dealt with, and we'll move on to next week, which will be the Japanese Grand Prix. But, yeah, that's Joey, P12 for him. Or P11. Apparently Riyadh retired. Yeah, that's why you don't fucking retire until all drivers have finished the race, but...
Riyadh's P10, I believe.
Whatever. Well, apparently he retired, so I don't know what's going on there. No,
bit weird.
But yeah, whatever. As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit pissed off. But yeah, Kevin, a great victory there for
Give me a
him
moment.
in the Aston Martin. Great performance, great debut.
Thank you.
Great win. Definitely commanded the race. And it's great to see here in Saudi Arabia. Here's your race winner for round 3 of the season. Second is Yavuz Tugwell. See if we get him in for a little interview. If not, that's okay. Third on his debut is Gonzalez. Fourth is The Bird. Good effort from him. Good effort from Tharlo as well. Picked up 5 positions. Turned his bad quality into a decent result. Sixth, ARS were Tui. 7th, DJ Danny. 8th was Dilemma. 9th was Sabuka. 10th was Anton. Which I think is actually... This is all a lie. 42.4. So yes, actually Riyadh was 10th. 11th was Anton. 12th was Joey. And then obviously Sleek has told you all the other positions in terms of the retirements. Unlucky for side effects, got involved in a few battles down at the back. They'll all be sorted. But Tugwell, have you got a mic? Are you able to give us a quick interview?
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you.
If you just, So obviously, Tugwell, you couldn't really take the battle to Kevin tonight. He was just a little bit too quick for everyone. But Peachy, you must be very happy with that. How was the DRS fight with Gonzalez?
Well, I saw that Kevin's had the 3-second time penalty. I know I wasn't as fast as him, so I was going to try and use the DRS with Gonzalez to try and maybe catch up to him, but it just wasn't working. He was too fast. Congrats to him. And I saw that Gonzalez had also had a penalty, so I didn't really need to fight him. I just wanted to stay in his DRS and not let him get the gap on me. And yeah, got P2 with that.
Well, great result from you. Just want to ask you to take us through your strategy, just everything that you were thinking throughout the race.
I mean, I knew that it was Saudi, which is a very tight track. I thought there would be more than one safety car, and I was quite surprised that there was only one. But luckily, it came at the right time before I pitted, so it was all able to get a free stop from that. I always wanted to start on the softer compound anyways. I never like starting on the harder compound because of strategy can always change. Early safety car would have meant that I would have to pit for mediums if I started on the hard, so it was basic decision for me. I always do that anyways.
Well, congrats on your P2. We're very grateful
you.
that you were able to join us and
Thank you.
enjoy your podium.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you,
nice evening,
Tugwell.
both of you. Bye, guys.
Good
Goodbye.
result there for you. You can join us tomorrow for the Tier 3 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, which I believe will be Matthew and Callum. But if Matthew is not back, it will be Tharlo and Callum, I believe, for Tier 3 Saudi Arabia. Next week, you can join us for the final race of the 4 flyaway races at the start of this season. Round 4, the Japanese Grand Prix, an iconic track, Suzuka. All drivers will be dealt with this evening. Those that have just tried to ruin it for everyone else, I don't know what's going on. Luckily, not too many were affected, but obviously they won't be racing again. You can join us next week for the Japanese Grand Prix live from Suzuka for round 4 of the season 26 campaign. We'll see you next week at Japan.